Up until I had the incredible burden of having to try out a different pre-workout every day for PricePlow, and before my time working in the industry, I was a lot like high-level consumers that are probably watching this video right now that needed single ingredient products to create my own pre-workout. I rarely took someone's pre-workout on its own or at all. A lot of time was just making my own stuff and mixing it with Gatorade pre-workout. So Axe Sledge has come out with a single ingredient product line, and I'm gonna open this box up, which hopefully has it in it. That's what I'm assuming this box is, and talk a little bit about the line. Now,
welcome to PricePlow.
I think this is actually a pretty cool idea. Is this the breakthrough launch of 2020? Probably not. Although you guys think I'm supposed to say that because I have a business relationship with Axe Sledge, right? What I like about it is that Axe Sledge has built an incredibly loyal community. They have such a cool community. I'm part of a few of their Facebook groups, and every day I'm just blown away by the amount of support for each other and the support for the brand. And I think Axe Sledge has realized that in the industry, there is not all that great trustworthy quality, and they wanted to create single ingredient products for those high-level consumers that know what they're doing to use their products. So they, instead of going out and supporting Vitamin Shoppe or GNC or some sort of Jarrow's type brand, they can trust Axe Sledge and lean into that brand. Now obviously we have to be honest that there is obviously that business side of it where they're thinking, well, this is a way that we can increase cart value. Of course, Axe Sledge has always been kind of transparent in what they do. They don't run Facebook ads. They don't really do much that's all that pushy. And I'm a big fan of that style of theirs. The four guys that bring, I'm not gonna say the name of their LLC is Four Heads. Seth, Bob, Mike, and Patrick over there are extremely transparent in what they do, and there's really not a lot pushy about it, and I just love that about them. So when they came out with this line, I really wanted to support it because it just seems like a good move for their community. So we've got a couple products in here. I'm going to pull out one at a time. I have no clue which order we're going to go in, and I'm going to give you just a small synopsis if you're new to this stuff, what we can talk about with the ingredients. I'm not going to spend too much time on here because we've talked about these kinds of ingredients many times, but if you're interested in Axe Sledge, this might help you out a little bit. So, first one here, citrulline. Now, citrulline is most often the largest dosed product in a lot of pump products or pre-workouts. Each scoop here is about 5 grams. The clinical dosage for citrulline starts at 4 grams and can go all the way up to 12 grams. There are studied 12-gram dosages, although there seems to be a bit of a diminished return around 8 to 10. Now, citrulline is super powerful for creating blood flow. It is much stronger than arginine on its own at creating nitric oxide. They are part of kind of the same process. Ornithine pulls ammonia from the body, creates citrulline, which creates arginine, which creates nitric oxide. And actually, one thing that I am going to do is I am going to figure out which one I'm going to pull for the next one, because a great point about citrulline is that while it is very powerful on its own, there are great studies of combining citrulline with Arginine. Now, Arginine used to be the nitric oxide powerhouse in the early 2000s, or even late 2000s, or maybe like 2008, 2010. People were huge in Arginine, but you eventually found out that Arginine was pretty bad in terms of absorption. So, two things that you can do to help with Arginine are add some sort of absorption enhancer, like estrogen has some studies of increasing enhanced absorption. Or you can mix it with citrulline. There's some great studies at combining both of these at actually relatively low dosages, though I assume arginine's at 5 grams here. Oh wow, it's arginine alpha-ketone glutarate. That's pretty interesting. If this is a bonded form, I trust Patrick that it probably is. Arginine alpha-ketone glutarate is actually a pretty good product. Mixed with citrulline is going to do a really good job at increasing nitric oxide. So, 2 awesome products to add to any pre-workout pump product, or just making your own pre-workout with it. Like I said before, you could mix these together. Make sure you add some Gatorade because it's not going to taste all that great on its own, or some sort of flavoring system like a Mio if you want calorie free. Moving into, this is a fun one, Beta-Alanine. This is not carnosine, branded Beta-Alanine, which really isn't all that important, but I like to sometimes just make that distinct note for some people. Beta-Alanine is super awesome for increasing muscular endurance over time. Take about 3.2 to 6.4 grams of it up until you have had about 128 grams over a constant feeding period, day in, day out, and it eventually saturates your blood and really helps your endurance in the gym. It's going to add on reps, sets, maybe a little bit extra weight over time. In the name of progressive overload and training, heavier and longer over time, this is going to be a really helpful ingredient. So each scoop has 2 grams of it, so you're going to want to take about 2 scoops of this, which is fine because you have 100 servings in here. So this is something that I just take pre-workout every single day. Don't think about it. There is no acute benefit to it. When you take it, it will make you tingle a little bit, but there is no benefit in the short term. It's the long-term usage of it that is most important. So, Beta-Alanine, Axe Sledge, helpful stuff. Add it to your stack and forget about it. Reap the benefits over time. Next one here, betaine, 2.5 grams betaine anhydrous. Betaine is super helpful across a lot of different things, to be honest with you. There is some cardiovascular system help, blood vessel and liver function, all that stuff. But what I like this for is performance. There's great power output benefits from it, as well as hydration benefits. I'm huge on hydration. It's been something I've talked about a lot over the last year on this channel, and betaine will help you a lot with it. So, another one of those things, add it to your pre-workout. You will have some benefits in the short term. It's not like Beta-Alanine where you can forget about it. This will help you out in the short term. You have 40 servings here, so this will last you over a month. Add it to your Citrulline and your Arginine. It'll be a nice little benefit for your workouts. We got 2 left. Let's see, we got 2 very interesting things to talk about. Pico 2. Pico 2 is a product from Compound Solutions. They're an ingredient provider. I know that Axe Sledge has a great relationship with Compound Solutions. They haven't actually had this in a product itself, but I'm assuming that this is probably something that they wanted to work together on. Pico 2 is really, really helpful for endurance benefits and actual performance. It supports oxygen levels during exercise, which is super helpful if you are training for longer amounts of times. But I also do think that it has some power output benefits. Someone put this in an intra-workout, I think it was Civation, and I've heard a lot of people report performance benefits, even just taking it intra-workout in the short term. You get about 2 grams of it here, and this is the one that has the turkey tail. The European version does not have turkey tail in it, so you get a nice clinical dosage of it. This is not going to taste all that great, to be honest with you. I don't expect very much. Add this to something that has a strong flavor. Add a lot of Mio to this one if you're going to take it without an actual pre-workout. Or you could add this to pretty much any pre-workout or pump product before your workout. So, nice, fun product to add in there. I don't think a lot of people know about Pico 2 enough in the mainstream. Last product here is one that I have talked about a decent amount this year, and it's a bit controversial, glutamine. Now, glutamine for a very long time was the main ingredient that everyone talked about for muscular recovery. The reason being, and this is all logical at the time, is that glutamine is the most abundant amino acid in muscle tissue. So it would make sense, right, that if you take a lot of glutamine, it's going to help recover from your workouts. The problem being that glutamine has a really big issue with being absorbed in the gut. Glutamine is super, super, super helpful for gut health. The problem being that your stomach will absorb most of it because it's so helpful for your stomach. So very, very little of it actually ever makes it to the bloodstream. So I am going to respectfully disagree with you guys here with the claim that it supports recovery. There is a possibility that some of it makes it to the bloodstream and actually gets to muscle tissue and helps, although it is probably unlikely. The big claim here is the immune system and gut health support. Now, in America, we all have super terrible guts. We eat bad food, our soil is overused, there's so much inflammation going on. So taking away the recovery aspect of glutamine is not a bad thing. There are super huge benefits to better gut health. And I mean as an athlete, being able to absorb your food better is going to make you bigger, stronger, faster, all of those things. This isn't like me being some hippie and saying, you gotta make your gut health. No, it seriously will help you perform better. When your gut has so many nerve endings in it, it's kind of like your second brain, and it affects your recovery, it affects your mental state, it affects your motivation. There is so much to that could just help you out. So there is also an immune system benefit. For the most part, this channel is mostly about sports science and performance, so there's not really much to talk about there. We did do a lot of immune stuff during the initial coronavirus thing, but mostly here I'm saying throw this in your intra-workout, throw it in your pre-workout, your post-workout. It doesn't really matter all that much for the gut health stuff, timing-wise, and just enjoy it. Make sure that you get it in for your gut health. I like that personally myself for my gut health. So that's that. 6 awesome products from Axe Sledge. You can trust them. Patrick has a background in manufacturing, so I trust his quality. I trust their attention to detail. And yeah, 6 different ways that you can help your supplementation with single ingredients. So I'm gonna put these down, figure out a way to add those into my regimens. If you have any questions about the product, you could go over to PricePlow.com/AxeSledge, or you could comment below. I'd love to talk to you about anything in this video or beyond. I do have to disclose, we do have a business affiliate relationship with Axe Sledge. Coupon code PricePlow will get you, I think, 15 or 20% off. I always love working with the Axe Sledge guys. They're great people, and if that makes me biased, then so be it. I like to support people that are doing good things for people in the industry. So that's the product. Thank you so much for making this far in the video. I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, have a good one.
Welcome to PricePlow.